Hey folks, this is Thrifty Gamer 83 here, just giving you my overview of the interpretation of sin in Final Fantasy X. What I found with sin is that it is a revealing template of historical information which you can easily find looking at the past. You can look at the Reformation, and you can also look at the corruption that had befallen the Roman Catholic Church. And many gamers will just pass this by, or as in the mistaken case of IGN, label it as being against organized religion or against Christianity, which is in fact false. Squaresoft took great care and respect toward religion, and it took great lengths to label historically what we can find. We can find the information of the Reformation. We can find the information of the corruption of Catholicism internally. Now, by and by, this really is my interpretation of sin as an ever-consuming aspect of man. As a Christian, yes, I do believe in sin, and that is still relevant. And Final Fantasy X does a great job of showing that. What happens to man when he does not repent of his sins. Internally, the mechanism just tears him apart. Externally, much the same. The sin represented in Final Fantasy X is a mindless monster which devours all of humankind on that level. Intellectually speaking, Final Fantasy X is not so far removed from being something that could really place itself on the level of many of C.S. Lewis's classics as well as his addresses. Unfortunately, what has happened is when IGN did the retrospective, they barely acknowledged human history. They barely acknowledged Christian history. It is a wonder that it had ever made it to press. It's a wonder the editor actually published it or gave a thumbs up for it. In that respect, I do know that IGN tries to actually emphasize itself as being video game related, as being the one place you go for knowledge. It didn't do that in this circumstance. It just ignored so many factors and placed its own variables that it became little more than something which people would basically say, yeah, I agree with this, without really referencing what it was that Squaresoft had aimed to do, in as much as show the past corruptions in churches, as well as treating its source material with much kindness. This is something which C.S. Lewis took great lengths with, as well as Tolkien. And I just find it really a bitter slap in the face from IGN for not really publishing that information, for not really making known the corruptions of the Catholic Church which had occurred. Rant, rave, love, hate. Click that subscribe button, folks. You're keeping my show on the air. Have a good one.